What happened to the vlogs that we were doing? No one knows. I had my bachelor party and fell behind on getting them up and just decided not to spend the time doing them anymore. Ellie wanted to pick them back up a little bit before our wedding so we could record these moments, and I'm on board. That sounds like a lot of fun, and I miss editing the videos. There's something written in the street here. It says TMNA, Kid Zone. Anyways, back doing videos again for a bit at least. We're gonna capture our wedding, or moments leading up to it. I can assure you we've been busy during our time away from doing videos. We acquired a new place to live, which is good. I know you were aware that we were looking, so that's the conclusion to that. We haven't moved in yet. We're going to move in right when we get back from our honeymoon. And then we also purchased a new vehicle. So that is neat. It's currently sitting at our trusted mechanics shop for his initial inspection, just to see if anything was missed by the car mechanics at the dealership that we got it from. So as you know, like I was mentioning before, we've been away for a really long time, but we've been busy. We secured a new place to live. We're going to be moving in when we get back from our honeymoon. So things are going to be a little tight. We've been super busy with getting everything arranged and figured out lately. And we also purchased a new vehicle, which is currently at our trusted mechanics shop, just to make sure that everything's good. We wanted to get it checked out by a mechanic that we trust to make sure that there was nothing that needed to be fixed on it, because the place we got it from has a 60-day warranty where they will fix anything with their team. So Ellie and I have decided that we were going to have my two sisters do a reading at our wedding, and that is going to be from a book or a poem that each of us pick. And so my sister Melanie is going to be reading an excerpt from The Alchemist that Ellie selected, and my choice has not been decided yet. I haven't picked anything yet, and that would be for my sister Lindsay to read. So tonight I'm going through all of my books that I've read, and when I read books, oftentimes I'll underline parts that I want to take note on, and then transcribe those underlinings later on index cards and save them in my Commonplace book, which I don't update as frequently as I probably should, or much at all. Let's take a look at it, actually. Okay, for now, this is my Commonplace book. It's a tiny little plastic box for index cards, and I have dividers for every little part of it, so you can see that in there. And it doesn't have to just be book notes. It can be anything you want to put in this thing, and just things that you want to save for any purpose down the road. It's always good to come back and review that information. You can use it if you're writing a book, if you're writing a speech, if you just want to review interesting information that you saved for yourself from the past. All useful uses for this. The guy that I found out about the Commonplace book from his name is Ryan Holiday. He's a pretty interesting guy. He does some really good writing about lots of different things, so you can check out Ryan Holiday. I'll link the post that I found the Commonplace book from down below. So for example, most of the information that I have in my Commonplace book right now are just notes from books, and the biggest one being the Endless Referrals by Bob Berg, for example. A big stack of note cards. That's hefty. These are all filled with notes, and what's the best way to, boop, boop, boop. That took a long time. But you know what? Maybe someday I'll read these again. But outside of books, I have fitness and health, so I wrote down some exercises that I thought were kind of cool and I wanted to keep, workouts. Some post ideas. Back when I was writing regularly, I would, kind of track post ideas. Like this one was, technology is making us lazy, or whatever. Another one that I had in here was a good people builder. Interesting one. It's called the Desert Cube Bladder Horse Flower Storm People Builder. You can look that up. It's a common thing. But once so a lot of times people will keep just one of these for a single thing that they're doing. So like if you are writing a book, you would just have one of these dedicated to that book. I'm not that specific with it because I actually don't utilize it very much. I kind of keep notes all over the place. For example, I have, 2 of these field notes books and then 2 more elsewhere. These 2 are filled up and other ones aren't quite filled up yet. Or, Moleskine notebooks. This guy. Now, this one is pretty much full. It's the white paper. Here's actually some planning that we did for our wedding. The story that we were writing in little characters that we ended up turning into an actual thing for our wedding. So yeah, there's it's fun to look back through here. It's just like a variety of all kinds of interesting things. And then, but once your Commonplace book grows beyond a single one of these, or if you have a bunch of these, you can combine it and put it into something like this, which is designed to hold index cards as well. And within mine, I have a shitload of the manila dividers and some more index cards. So when I have more notes to write, I will have this ready. Silica gel as well. Back to what I was telling you before. We're preparing for our wedding. It's coming up in less than 2 weeks. Actually, I think this morning I figured out that it was 12 days away. I decided that in 12 days I'm getting married. I'm trying to find something for my sister to read that connects with Ellie and me, and is, fitting for a wedding. And in all of my adventure book underlinings, which consists of these titles and then some, I wasn't able to find really anything that was fitting. I like reading adventure stories and survival, and these are a lot of the stories that made it onto my list of read books over the past year, but none of them really were, the right material for the occasion. So I was able to find a poem called A Marriage Made for Two, which you can find online if you want, and it is about, it's a nice poem that kind of ties bike riding, a tandem bike, to marriage. And the reason being is I'm really into biking. It's something that connects with me. It's about adventure. It's about getting outdoors. I like all of those things, including Ellie. And so we are going to have Lindsay read that poem. Awesome.
Hiya!
What are you doing?
I'm doing the thank yous for our bridal party. So we can do customized stationery and write thank you notes on them. Yeah?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Leland, long time no see. How have you been? No. No. Hey. Sit. That was a no. Not allowed.
Too excited.
Leland, living room. Good boy. Sit. No. Sit. Go to bed. Good boy. Sit. No. Good sit, Leland. Wait. No. Leland normally listens really well, but when you put a camera in front of his face, he's way too curious about it, and that matters more than listening to commands that he's been given, so he pursues that instead.
What do you think?
Plus, he's super excited tonight.